was so significant about Jesus healing Peter's mother-in-law that it was included in the Bible? Throughout the Gospels, Jesus heals many people, most of which are unnamed in Scripture. In fact, among the healings recorded in Scripture, there are really only a few that are specifically identified. A few are blind Bartimaeus, the high priest servant Malchus, Lazarus, and the subject of this question, who is identified not by name but by relationship, Peter's mother-in-law. And anytime someone is referenced specifically in Scripture, it shows some level of significance. So what exactly was so significant about Jesus healing Peter's mother-in-law? This story is found in Matthew 8, Mark 1, and in the book of Luke. So let's start by looking at the account of this story found in Mark 1. This account comes shortly after the baptism and temptation of Jesus and the calling of his first disciples, including Simon Peter. Jesus goes to the synagogue in Capernaum and was teaching. He encountered a demon-possessed man and cast the demon out, demonstrating that he had authority over unclean spirits. The story then picks up in verse 29, where it says, "As soon as they left the synagogue, they went into Simon and Andrew's house with James and John. Simon's mother-in-law was lying in bed with a fever, and they told him about her at once. So he went to her, took her by the hand, and raised her up. The fever left her, and she began to serve them." So right on the heels of Jesus' first spiritual healing of a demon-possessed man, he encountered Peter's mother-in-law, who was sick in bed, and he healed her. This was the first physical healing of Jesus' earthly ministry, which is significant enough. But on top of that, her response to being healed highlights even more significance. As soon as she was healed, she responded by beginning to serve Jesus. And this response to being healed serves as a model for each of us that should inspire our reaction to both physical and spiritual healing. Not just because it's the model set by Peter's mother-in-law, but also because it's the example set by Jesus himself. Mark 10, 43 through 45 uses the same word for serve when it says that the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve and give his life as a ransom for many. So through Peter's mother-in-law's healing, we see Jesus as the one who takes us up by the hand and lifts us up, as the one whose touch can heal, and as the one who serves us first before we even have the power to serve him.